Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about having a Capricorn Sun and Aries Moon in a natal chart. I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is having that Sun and Moon combination in your natal chart, a Capricorn Sun and Aries Moon. Now, first off, the basic character, which is the Sun, in this case the Sun being in Capricorn, can be very disciplined, structured, responsible, consistent, orthodox, ambitious, and pessimistic. Now, on the unconscious side is the Moon, and the conscious is the Sun in astrology. Now, the unconscious side being the Moon, in this case the Moon being in Aries, it can be more assertive, aggressive, combative, acrimonious, outspoken, and courageous. Now, the person may bring that Capricorn ambition into something Aries related. It could be, including firefighting, something with the military, arson investigation, law enforcement, or even combat sports. Now, the Sun in astrology is about our basic wants, and the Capricorn Sun wants to attain success, and Aries Moon, the Moon is about our emotional needs, and an Aries Moon, the person needs often to lead, could be to combat, handle emergencies. The true self in astrology is the Sun. And in this case, with the Sun being in Capricorn, that can be very premeditative, serious, conventional, and melancholy. And then you have the inner self, which is the Moon. In this case, the Moon being in Aries can be abrupt, aggressive, outspoken, impetuous, and spontaneous. The Sun in astrology reflects our drive and motivation. Sun being a Capricorn, the person may be driven and motivated, and that's the Sun, to improve their social status and stature in life, which is Capricorn. And with an Aries Moon, a person may do so in a more hurried manner, feeling like moving quickly, not feeling like waiting around, and it may be more adverse if this is in a square aspect with each other. Square aspect in astrology is 90 degrees. I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, you have two personal planets that are involved in the aspect, the Sun and the Moon. And let's say, for example, the Capricorn Sun is at 3 degrees and the Aries Moon is at 7 degrees. That would form a square aspect. And you have a lot of if you have that square aspect, it can be a lot of maybe being over aggressive and trying to attain ambitions in life. And it can be a person, you have the Sun and the Moon are both in cardinal signs, so it's just can be a lot of energy that is just quick, maybe too quick to try to get things started, and a lot of activity. You would have you also have the cold. You could have more of that coldness of Capricorn, and then Aries Moon may not always be overly sympathetic, can be brusque, a little bit rough, outspoken. And you have another thing too, is that you have a very strong disparity with this this energy. You have the Capricorn Sun, as far as the actions go, can be done more premeditation, a lot of concentration. You have and then you have the Aries Moon. The Moon astrology is about our reactions. The Sun are the actions. And the Moon, with the reactions can be more spontaneous, quick, impulsive. And so you have, again, it's a very strong disparity in the energy, because Capricorn Sun can be very orthodox and conservative, and Aries Moon may have that need to be more innovative and pioneering. And the Capricorn Sun, the Sun in astrology is about our basic fundamental character. The Capricorn Sun is more, cautious and prudent and premeditative and likes to plan. And again, you're talking about an Aries moon, which might feel like doing something on the fly, more being more spontaneous and adventurous. And Capricorn Sun, they like to stay, with what they're, accustomed to. And but the Aries moon, may want to venture out more. So you do have a very strong disparity in energy. And if you do have the square aspect, it can cause a little more tension, I would say. Now, another thing too, the Sun in astrology is connected with the biological father. So a person with, Capricorn Sun, the biological father may actually be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or embody those characteristics. And the moon is associated with the mother. So with an Aries moon, the person's mother may actually be an Aries Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or embody those traits. And it's also about the perception of these people. The Capricorn Sun, the person may perceive the biological father as somebody that's ambitious, career-oriented, consistent, responsible, industrious, structured, and disciplined, but may also perceive the biological father as somebody that might be overly negative, pessimistic, cynical, overly prudent and cautious. A person that might be cold or undemonstrative as well. Now, and the person may, with an Aries moon, the person may perceive their mother as somebody that's very, you could say aggressive, assertive, courageous, pioneering, person that will stand up, for others, but may also perceive the mother as somebody that might be overly abrupt or outspoken, or too aggressive, and too brusque, overly impulsive or impetuous, and maybe even angry, overly acerbic as well. Now, again, you do have a strong, disparity in, this energy with the Capricorn Sun and Aries Moon. But again, the one thing, that they do have in common, being both cardinal signs, this is likely a very, action-oriented person. But you also, of course, got to look at modifying influences and contraindicators in the natal chart. Say, for example, somebody has, Pisces, Ascendant or Taurus Ascendant, the person may not be, quite as active, as the person, as most people, or the average person with the Capricorn Sun and Aries Moon combination. And this is obviously can be a very, ambitious combination, because the Capricorn Sun, again, the Sun is connected with the basic fundamental character. Can be very ambitious, for career aspirations and wanting success. And the Aries Moon, wants to, be first. There's a need emotionally to be first, to be doing, to staying active, and busy, and very aggressive. So this could be a person that may aggressively move toward their career aims. And it's just it's a, the thing about it is, it's just a very, especially a very action-oriented combination. Now, if you have, again, you talk about modifying influences and contraindicators in the natal chart. Like if you have, more, majority, let's say you have a Capricorn Sun and Aries Moon combination in your natal chart, but you have, preponderance of major astrological influences and fixed signs. This may tone down the activity a little bit, and it'll also give more, even, more powers, with persistence on things, because, cardinal energy can, start a lot of things, but may not always follow through on it. If you have, if you have a dominant, fixed chart, then it could, give you more follow through, on what you're actually doing. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.